I'm Amanda. I'm your Senior Fitness Specialist with the Strive to Thrive program, and today I'm taking you through the first workout of Level 1. Today is going to be focused on mostly balance exercises, pretty basic stuff. All you'll need is a sturdy chair and a little bit of room to move around. So we're going to start out seated in our chair, doing some warm-up exercises, and then we'll get started with our balance exercises. So let's take a seat in your chair and get ready to warm up. So for starters, I want you to sit up nice and tall. You're sitting a little bit forward on your chair, and you're going to start out just with some marching. You can just kind of have your hands wherever it's comfortable for you. If you have armrests, you can rest on the arms. Just make sure you're still sitting upright, and you're just marching those feet nice and light, sitting up tall. Your chest is up, your shoulders are down and back. And then from here, we're going to start to get the arms involved. So you're going to toe tap out in front, alternating. So you're just touching the one toe, then the other one. So once you get in that groove, you're going to just add your arms and press out with each toe tap. Warming up our body, working on a little bit of hand-eye coordination as well. Okay, next up, we're going to heel taps. So same idea, just tap out the heel. This time, you're going to add in some arm curls. So with each heel tap out, curl the arms up and down, going at your own pace. If you need to slow it down a little, do what's most comfortable for you. Okay, great. Next up, we're doing some side stepping. So make sure you have room to move, and it's just going to be side, touch, side, touch. So I like to just kind of keep my hands at about chest height. They're not really involved in this one, but you're just going to step to one side and touch with the other foot. A little bit of that side to side movement here now. You're keeping your feet light. You're not trying to smack down on the floor. You're just barely tapping side to side. Still sitting up tall. Check your posture. Get those shoulders down and back. Okay, bring it to center. Awesome job. This next one is going to be a 4-count marching. We're going to go out wide and bring it back in. So I'll show you once and then we'll do it together. So the first one is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 and in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's give it a try. We're just going to keep working through that. I want you to lead with your right foot first, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4 and in. 1, 2, 3, 4 and again. Just keep working through that. Count it out if you need to. Trying to lead with that right foot and in. One more time on the right. Okay, same thing. Now we're leading with the left foot. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just making that brain work a little bit more too. One more time. Okay, let's get those arms warmed up a little more. So you're still sitting tall. Now we're just going to do some arm circles. So what I want you to do is bring those arms out to the side, and you're going to start with small forward arm circles. Just a side note, if you have any shoulder problems, you can always keep your arms a little bit lower too, rather than bringing them up shoulder height or even higher. Okay, gradually get a little bit bigger with those forward circles and big circles. Okay, let's switch directions. Start small. A little bit bigger. Remember, if you need to, stay a little bit lower to protect those shoulders if you have any shoulder injuries, and big circles. Okay, relax those arms. Last one of our warm-up, you're just going to bring the arms out to the side, give yourself a hug, open up, switch the arm that's on top. So just keep reaching, and as you give yourself a hug, kind of push your upper back back away from you. We're stretching out the chest and the upper back here. And relax. Okay, awesome job. We made it through the warm-up. Now we're going to kind of move on to our balance exercises. But before we do that, I want to make sure that you're comfortable when I say good posture, that you know what that means, whether we're sitting or standing. So in your chair to start, I want you to sit forward enough so you're not leaning back on the back of the chair and your feet are flat on the floor. You're going to start out sitting up nice and tall, so I want you to get your back as straight as it could be. You know, if someone's pulling a string up, that's how you're sitting up nice and tall. You're going to roll those shoulders back a couple of times, keep them down and back. You want your chest out and your hands to just kind of be relaxed. So you're looking straight ahead, those shoulders are down away from your ears, your feet are flat on the floor, and this is just your good posture position. Okay, so I want you to get familiar with this. A lot of times we're sitting forward just because of the nature of our daily lives. So anytime I'm saying good posture, stand up tall, anything like this, this is where I want you to be. Okay, now that you've kind of gotten the idea for the seated position, I want you to stand up and you can go behind your chair. The nice thing is we're going to use our chair for support. Also, if you're by a wall or a counter or anything like that, you're more than welcome to use that for support too. Throughout this whole program, I want you to do what's most comfortable for you. So don't do anything if you don't feel comfortable doing it, or if you need to hold on a little bit more for support, that's perfectly okay. So, starting with our good posture, standing up tall, now we're just going to practice standing. So, your feet are about hip width apart. You're standing nice and tall, rolling those shoulders down and back and keeping them down and back. Looking straight ahead, your chest is out and your hands are just kind of relaxed at your side. Pay attention to how your weight is right now. Are you leaning more towards one side, or is your weight pretty evenly distributed? Because that's the goal. We want it distributed evenly from both feet as well as kind of in the front and back of your feet. Okay, so all we're going to do now from here is we're going to do what's called a mountain pose. So feet, again, hip width apart. You're in this tall position. All you're going to do now is open up your hands so your palms are facing forward. Kind of pull those shoulders down and back a little bit with your chest out, looking up, and we're just going to hold this position here. If you need to, the chair's here, or maybe your wall or counter is near you. If you get unsteady at any point, please don't hesitate to hold on. We're all about safety here. And you're just holding this position. We're training our bodies to stand up tall with good posture, which just makes life a little bit easier as we go through our daily activities. Okay, go ahead and relax from that position. That's a great position to just practice throughout your days. Just practice standing tall, open up that chest. So we're just trying to work on getting those postural muscles, the chest opened up, all that good stuff to help us just feel better and also help with balance. So all of these positions now that we're going to practice for balance are going to be static, meaning we're just standing in place. And we're just going to kind of get a feel for how steady you are while we're standing in place and kind of making a difference. And obviously now we're going to do the other side. So bringing the weight to your left leg, that right leg back in the kickstand position, and lift that leg up. Holding on as you need to. If you're behind your chair, you can be here, or you can be to the side. Again, I just encourage you not to lean on the chair with all your weight. We want our body to be doing the work, not the upper body. Your foot doesn't have to be very far off the floor either. Okay, and relax there. You can kind of shake out your legs a little bit, hold on if you need to. Sometimes standing on one leg at a time, you definitely feel it working the feet, the ankles, the lower legs and the calf muscles, all that stuff. But we will be stretching at the end too. So we're trying to work on our flexibility as we also work to improve our balance and strength, coordination, all of that stuff. So, done with our single leg stance exercises. That's the good news. Now, we're just going to stand on our tippy toes. So I want you to stand up if you need to be behind your chair or to the side, and I want you to try to stand and hold this position on your toes. It seems like it may be pretty easy, but it's actually a little bit more challenging than you may think. Maybe you can barely get your heels off the floor. If that's the case, that's okay. The goal is to eventually be able to get more on those toes. And if you can't hold it the whole time, maybe you go down, rest momentarily, and stand back up. But I still want you to focus on standing tall. You have good posture, standing on those toes. You're strengthening the calf muscles, which are important for walking and just kind of moving about throughout our day as well. And relax. Okay, you made it through day 1 balance exercises. Awesome job. Now we're going to do some stretches. These stretches are intended to kind of help work some of the muscles that maybe you felt working today, and also just help with general flexibility. So our first couple are actually going to be standing, and then we'll do finish off with some seated stretches. So what I want you to do is get behind your chair. You're going to step with one leg back. So you're going to be here. You're going to use the back of your chair, and I want you to press your back leg in that heel into the floor. So your shoulders are down and back, your chest is out, and you should feel a nice stretch in this back leg calf muscle. Try not to lean on the chair with your shoulders up too high. You want those shoulders away from your ears. Okay, now let's bring it to the other side. Same thing, and your front leg is bent, your back leg is straight. Pressing that back heel down into the floor, keeping your shoulders relaxed, looking straight ahead. Get a nice calf stretch after we just worked those calf muscles. Okay, go ahead and bring that foot forward. Next up, what I want you to do is stand so the chair is on the left side of you. What you're going to do is you're going to bring your right leg behind your left leg. Your weight is mostly on the right leg. You're going to stick your hips out to the right, reach your right arm over towards the left. So this stretch you should feel all throughout your side here, as well as your right hips down the outside of your right leg. We're just getting a good stretch here. The chair is just being used as support. Really trying to reach over your head. It's going to help give us the stretch on the sides. Just kind of feel good. Okay, bring that arm down. Now you're going to turn so the chair is on your right side. You'll hold on to the chair on the right. You're going to bring your left leg behind the right leg. Weight is on the left leg. Stick your hips out to the left and reach over to the right. Again, really reaching to get a good stretch on your side. And you're also going to feel this in your left hips as well as down the left leg on the side. Remembering that while we're resting on the chair, your shoulder's not right next to your ear. Keep those shoulders relaxed. Bring that arm down. You can uncross your feet and you can have a seat in your chair. Now we're going on to our seated stretches. So for these, the first exercise we're going to do, you're going to be seated at the front of your chair. So sit forward a little bit. You're going to bring your right leg out straight. Hands are going to be on your left leg. You're sitting up nice and tall. Right heel is in the floor. Right toes are pointed up towards the ceiling, and you're just going to lean forward. So you're just bending at the waist to get a nice stretch in the back of that right leg. You're resting your hands on your left leg. You're not trying to push this right leg into hyperextension. kind of relax here. Notice, maybe do you feel the stretch in just your hamstring? Does it go behind your knee? Maybe it goes all the way into your calf. All of those are normal. We're just trying to stretch all those muscles out. Go ahead and sit up, bring that right leg in. Now switch sides, so left leg is out, toes are pointed up, hands are on the right leg, and you're just leaning forward again. You're just bending at the waist. You're probably looking just in front of your right foot, about equal to where your left foot is distance-wise, in the middle of your body. That way you're keeping a good neutral position in your neck, and you're not looking too far down or too far up. Okay, go ahead, bring that left foot in. Now you can sit back in your chair. I want you to sit up nice and tall. Now we're going to stretch out our chest. So while sitting tall, you're just going to pull those arms back, sitting up tall, and feel a nice stretch in your chest and maybe a little bit of the front of your arms too. So your arms are a little bit lower, sitting up tall, chest is a little bit towards the ceiling, looking slightly up, and relax. Okay, now sitting nice and tall, just roll those shoulders back a couple of times. We only focus on the reverse shoulder rolls here, just again to help with the posture. With our daily lives, we're always sitting more in a slouched position, so we really want to just open up the chest as much as we can. Now keep those shoulders down and back. I want your feet flat on the floor. Sitting tall, now you're just going to look towards the right, over your right shoulder as far as you can, hold it briefly, and now slowly rotate to the left side and look over your left shoulder. Holding briefly, come back to the right. One more time to the left. Bring it back to center. Now keep your shoulders square, look straight ahead, and just bring your right ear towards your right shoulder, getting a nice stretch on the left side of the neck. Try to prevent your shoulders from tilting too. You want your shoulders straight. And now bring it to the left side. So left ear to your left shoulder. Bring it back to the center. Now you're just going to tuck your chin to your chest, and in the front of your body you're going to roll to one side and then roll in the front of your body to the other side. Just slowly roll a couple of times. Get that neck stretched out. And bring it back to center. Last but not least, we're going to take a couple of deep breaths. But I just want you to have your body nice and relaxed while we do this. So sitting back at the back of your chair, get those shoulders relaxed. You're going to take a big inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. So let's begin. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. And relax. Awesome job today. You made it through week 1, level 1. Awesome job. I'm going to scratch that. You made it through week 1, day 1. Great job today.